wonder what you think of just being able to wrangle those guest stars in this third season, and if you have any aspirations for who else could appear in Abbott.
You know, with the Eagles was very that was cool because you know, this is where you get cool exclusive stuff. But like, Jalen Hurts had reached out multiple times and it's been like, I love this show. Like, my family watches this show. I'd love to be on this show. So when we were like, okay, like, all right. That was when we were in the middle, that was when we were doing our second season, and it was like, we don't have, thank you for telling us, but we didn't have anything for him, anything organic. We really do try to make organic things happen. So season 3 premiere, I knew that, you know, I wanted something special, and the Eagles are very special to me as a Philadelphian, and I, you know, remember Jalen had been, yes, go Birds. And then I knew Jalen and wanted to be a part of it, so we were like, oh, let's write Jalen this part. We knew we wanted to have the Eagles there to help Melissa in the proposal, but then they were like, well, we got some other guys for you. Jason Kelsey wants to be in it, and Brandon Graham, and I was like, oh my, this is incredible. It was an embarrassment of riches. They were just incredible. They were in the middle of their season, but they took the time to film that. We sent one of our ADs to Philly to help them do it over Zoom. We didn't want to make it hard for them, so it wound up being on Zoom. And for Bradley, Bradley was like another one where I was just like, oh, wait, we have Bradley Cooper? Okay, I guess, what do we do with Bradley Cooper? But Bradley was actually incredible because we talked for weeks leading up to it about what he could do. He's a Philly boy, so it wasn't far-fetched to have him be in the neighborhood. But, you know, someone like Bradley Cooper, it would have felt weird for him to come play a character in our world, honestly. Like, he's a movie star. He looks like one, he talks like one, it just would have been weird. So it was better for him to play himself. And it was just, we wanted something splashy after the Oscars as a student of comedies or TV after a big event. You want to have a big splashy cold open so that people who have never seen your show before decide to keep it on. And Bradley being a part of that was incredible. A funny thing he told me was that, or he showed me on his phone that David Fincher was texting him like, man, you're in this show. And then David Fincher just kept watching the whole episode. And that's what you want. You want to make a good splashy cold open, so I guess David Fincher keeps watching your show.
Joining in season 1 and what your expectations were for where Abbott was going to go and where it has ended up.
When I first came in, when we shot the pilot, there was a moment in the pilot, I think, when we're carrying the rugs in, and having done a good amount of TV before this, it felt special, it felt unique, it felt like, I remember I turned to Cheryl and I was like, you feel that, don't you? Like, we're gonna be here for a while. So there was already this sense of, we were kind of on the precipice of something really special, but even in the midst of that, I don't think you can fully prepare for the whirlwind that's been the last 2.5 years. I don't like, it feels like the pilot was simultaneously last week and 7 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's, you know, I think it just speaks to the strength of how TV affects people in their lives, and network TV and where it can be, specifically network comedies and how they resonate with people.